Currently, I'm a UH72 instructor pilot, but I'm also a UH60 instructor pilot. What I like to say is shut up and color.
What is happening, guys? Staff Sergeant Massey here, aka ARCHIEzzle on social media, and welcome to another video. For today's video, it's another episode of Beyond Basic Training. In your military career, in your Army career, there's gonna be a lot of challenges thrown at you. So along with those challenges, you have to be able to adapt. You have to change the way you think. You have to improve yourself, and still ultimately, regardless what obstacle you go through, you gotta keep pushing forward to achieve your goals. For today's video, we're gonna be covering a story of a UH60 helicopter pilot instructor. So it's another chief in the Army. It's a pretty awesome career job in the Army that not a lot of people know that is in the Army. And he basically maneuvered all his way to what he's doing right now, to his career, to his position, and his job in aviation. And it's just pretty awesome and a really inspiring story that I hope you guys will get something out of it, alright? So without further ado, here's the episode, Beyond Basic Training, episode 4.
When I joined the Army, at first I was worried about basic training. And while it was a huge milestone in my life, and was absolutely something to be proud of completing, there was so much more to the Army. With over 150 jobs available and assignments all across the globe, the greatest adventure of my Army story was waiting beyond basic training.
If I had this life to do over 10 times, I think all 10 times I would pick what I'm doing and where I'm at right now. It's a very rewarding lifestyle. Chief Warrant Officer 3, Michael Holland. Currently I'm a UH72 instructor pilot, but I'm also a UH60 instructor pilot by trade. I went flight because I got tired of watching my ride leave me, and I'd be dangling underneath my parachute and I'd see the C-130 leave and I'm like, crap, I have to walk back. I started that process, I would say, May of 2006, and I was finally selected in May of 2008 with a 15-month deployment in the middle of that. It took time. I'd submitted, quite honestly, a crap product while I was downrange in Iraq during the surge, and initially being rejected early on in the process was probably the best thing for me. It taught me that I needed to pay attention to those details. The Blackhawk is probably the most diverse airframe in that it can perform a multitude of missions, from medical evacuation missions, air movements, air assault, troop movements. We use it for external load movement, special patrol, insertion and extraction, fast rope insertion extraction. We can fly over the water at 10 feet at 10 knots and kick people out over water, and we can recover people from the water with a caving ladder. The 160th, they use it as an attack platform, so the Blackhawk can do just about everything that the Army asks of a helicopter. The Blackhawk is an excellent airframe if you want good, diverse utility and in an aircraft that's designed for survivability. I've actually lost an engine, and everything else went like it's supposed to. I heard something that just didn't sound right. We're in flight. I asked my crew, hey, do you hear that? They didn't hear it, and then sure enough, I got the engine oil temperature caution. The pressure immediately fell on the #1 engine, and then we got the chip light, and then my dashboard looked like a Christmas tree. But the #2 engine did everything it was supposed to do. You could see it working just fine. And normally in aircraft, if you lose an engine, that requires a specific type of landing, or in helicopters in general, that's a shallow approach with a run-on or roll-on landing. My helicopter, with having lost an engine, was still able to do a normal approach to the ground with a normal landing dynamic. So the Blackhawk helicopter was built for the survival and safety of the crew, and you can see it. You can see it when the aircraft has a hiccup, when it has an issue. It's like, okay, something's wrong, let me save my crew. I joined the Army with the intention of doing some Army time to develop some sort of skill because I was going nowhere in life up to the point that I joined the Army. I had every intention of getting out after my first lift, and I discovered that for the most part, the people that you meet and the people that you interact with are people of better quality. There's obviously exceptions to every rule. For that person who's deciding if they should join, I would say you're going to have experiences that your life has not prepared you for, because everybody likes to stay in their little bubble. Maybe you haven't left your hometown more than just to go on family vacations. The Army is going to put you with people from all over the world. Go into it knowing that that's going to be your life. You're going to learn so much and you're going to provide so much. It's going to be an adventure. And the other thing is, take everything with a grain of salt. There are times when you have to shut up and bear it. As silly as that may sound, but this is the profession of arms, and we do things very specifically for very specific reasons. There are times when you have to, like I like to say, is shut up and color.